This is Thundercats 6-inch Cheetara, part of Wave 2 from the Bandai toy line of the new Thundercats cartoon, the 2011 Thundercats. This guy is pretty brand new, or this girl's pretty brand new. I found her at Walmart the other day. I was pretty surprised to find her at Walmart. She's a decent figure. I really like the cartoon. I really it's so good, and I like her in it too. So I'm a big fan of this line. But she is definitely lacking compared to Wave One, in articulation and the mold. There's some problems with the mold. But anyway, on her in a second. Let's look at the packaging. It's this basic 6-inch packaging. I'm not a huge fan of this packaging. All right, let me pull the camera up. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's basically just a big plastic box. The pictures on it are cool though. The artwork's awesome. And then the back, there's the rest of that's Wave 1 right there. Oh wait, no. Lion-O and Mumm-ra are from Wave 1. Tigera came out. Her and Tigera are Wave 2. I didn't see Tiger in there, so I'm not going to be able to compare it to him. And this is the new figures from the Thundercats Classic 6-inch Lion-O and Mumm-ra. I got both of those, and I will be reviewing them shortly. Get that back. Okay. On to the figure. She comes with only one accessory, the staff. That's it. She doesn't come with any extra hands or anything. Just the staff. That's it. Which is a disappointment because these guys came with some decent accessories in Wave 1. They had different weapons. Mumm-ra and Lion-O had different hands. He had some headgear and some kind of shields and claws and stuff. But that's all she's got. It's very accurate to the show, though. It's very accurate. I think that cartoon lends itself well to the show, more so than the original one. It's just, the animation's a lot cleaner. It's a lot cleaner lines. There's hardly any muscle lines in it, which I hate animation that has way too many muscle lines. It just looks silly. So, I like the overall look of it. And I really like her color scheme, too. I like her newer outfit in the cartoon. I really like the cartoon. It's great. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest it. It's not as kiddie. It's not as little. It's not for children. It's not as childish, at least. And Lion-O is really cool in it. In the original cartoon, he kind of becomes from a boy to a man overnight, and he's growing up, and we're growing with him and stuff. So I mean, I think it's better than the original cartoon. Anyway, on the mold. The mold's it does have problems. The first problem being is her hair. It's kind of almost anime like, something I would see like on Dragon Ball Z, if I don't know. But it's just this one little piece, and it's really heavy, and it's hard to pose her without her falling backwards, and it really gets in the way of her articulation. Severely, because it's so firm. You can't do anything but this. You can't put her head up or anything. It's on a ball joint, but you still can't put her head up. And then her feet. The hinge on her feet, it's really ugly. Look at that. In Wave 1, they were really good about hiding their feet joints. Here, I'll show you. Lion-O. It looks a little better because of his shoe. And there's Panthros. Just looks a lot better. I've got Mumm-ra over there, but I'm not going to walk over there. She like I said, it's very accurate, which is cool. The collar is really nice. Look at that. The only thing that's not accurate, and I apologize for being a little vulgar, but her boobs in the cartoon are gigantic. Not so much here, but not complaining. I just thought I'd point that out. Her little wrist things, I mean, they do look like that in the cartoon, but it just looks kind of silly on the toy, and on her foot too. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty accurate, and I do like it. I do like to look at it. It's nice to look at. But she's got some poor articulation too, which that's pretty much all she's good for, and maybe a few poses. Anyway, the paint is it's flawless. It's not complicated. It's not too detailed or anything, but it's perfect. I mean, there's not a single thing wrong with mine. The only thing is, where is it? There's just a little bit of overlap on the lines of her boot, but I don't consider that something wrong. That is fine. If that's the only thing that's wrong with this guy or with this girl, then I'm not complaining. Like I said, I saw 4 of these at Walmart. And I actually bought a second one, which I just showed you in the package. But I mean, I couldn't find anything wrong with any of them. Let me give you a close-up of her face. Look at that. It's flawless. It's really nice. Little spots. Thundercats logo is, I mean, it's perfectly printed on there. I guess it's printed or decal, I'm not sure. She has little cheetah spots here and there, but I mean, it's very simple. I don't think there's really much shading at all. It's all just, you know, this is brown, this is darker brown, and this is, you know, yellow, I guess. It's very simple, but there's nothing wrong with it. I can't find any flaws except for that one I told you, but I really don't consider that a flaw. As far as articulation goes, she's definitely lacking compared to Wave 1. On the box, they all say 18 points of articulation, and she barely makes it. Let's take a look. She's got a ball-jointed head, but like I said before, it's really just left and right. I guess she could do a 360, but I'm not going to do it. She's got I guess this is more of like a swivel hinge than a ball hinge, but it goes up and down, and then 360. Simple hinge elbow, swivel wrist. I mean, this looks like it would be a ball hinge, or at least a ball joint, but it's really just that. It's really just around 360. Like, I don't want to force to try there, but I don't think she really will. She's got I guess this is a swivel hinge or a ball hinge. I'm not actually sure, but it goes in and out, and forward and back. She's got a swivel at the thigh. Single hinge knee. Yep, single hinge. And then there's this hinge foot. So this counts. I counted this as 1 point of articulation and 2 point of articulation. So that is what makes it 18. If you just count the leg as 1 or the hip as 1, it's just at 17. So the articulation here really prevents her from dynamic poses. It's the same as a 4-inch Marvel Universe figure. You can't really, like, I wouldn't be able to put your hand over like that. It just goes like that and if over. So, I mean, that's pretty annoying. She can hold her staff pretty well. At least in her right hand she can. And in her left hand she can, it's a little loose. But if you want her to hold it with both hands, that's pretty much all she can do. Because of the articulation in her arms. I mean, she You understand? And you know, it's just it's a disappointment, definitely. As far as how big she is, I'll put her next to Lion-O. And she is a little bit hard to stand sometimes because she only has that one movement in her foot, so. And like I said, that hair weighs her down a lot. There you go. I want to see your head. See, look at that. They're massive. They look even bigger in the cartoon. I'm like, every time I watch it, I'm thinking, isn't this a children's cartoon? My girlfriend, she's the one who brought it up. She said, oh my god. Fun fact, she's voiced by Sloane from Entourage. There she is next to Lion-O. So they're about the same size. Or the same height, at least. Here she is next to Panthro, and he's a lot bigger than her. And so will Mumm-ra. Mumm-ra will be a lot bigger than her, too. This is Power Girl from DCU. Speaking of big ones. Sorry, this has gotten to a real perverted review. Anyway, she's a little shorter than Power Girl from DCU. Here she is next to Cup from the Transformers Generation line. Let me straighten his legs out. So, yeah, she's a little shorter than Cup. This Thundercats. That little piece that did not come with her. I just want to clarify that this little background thing came with the armor of Omens, which I will be reviewing. All right, so priority level. Should you get this guy or this girl? Sorry, I keep doing that. If you're a huge Thundercats fan, yeah, go ahead and get it because again, it has its flaws and stuff. I always say that. I'm sorry, I sound like a retard. It has its flaws. But she looks very accurate, and if you want to collect if you want to have the entire collection, there's not that many characters in the show, at least in the core group. So, yeah, if you're a huge Thundercats fan, go ahead and get it. If you're not, I would pass on it. If you want to get a Thundercats figure, I mean, I would choose Lion-O from Wave 1, or I like all of Wave 1, Mumm-ra, Panthro, and Lion-O. I can't tell you what Tiger is like, who comes in this wave, because I haven't seen him yet. But that's what I have to say about her. Yes, if you're a huge fan. No, if not. I bought 2, I think, but I was going to keep one in the package, but I mean, I'm happy with just 1, so I think I'm going to, maybe I'll sell it on eBay or something. Anyway, upcoming reviews. Like I said, I got the Thundercats Classic 6-inch Lion-O and Mumm-ra. And I still got Marvel Universe Daredevil, Bullseye, and Quicksilver Wonderman coming. And the 12-inch Thundercats Armor of Omens. Anyway, till next time, keep collecting. Thundercats. Ah!